Another topic we wanted to get into, the stars and bars
Ugh,
finally going away at NASCAR.
NASCAR. Why did
And
it?
other places, the Navy, the Marine Corps, we're finally starting to get rid of the symbolism of Loserville.
But one of the most interesting things that happened, just for me, and it amused me, and it was odd when I lived in Atlanta. So Midtown Atlanta is very, well, parts of it are very progressive, and I'm walking around near Piedmont Park. If you don't know where that is, Google it. And I'm walking by a house, and it's got two flags out on the front of it, and one is the Stars and Bars. Okay, Atlanta, I guess I don't like it, but okay, I'm in Atlanta. Dar is huge down there and all that crap. But right next to it is the Pride flag hanging from the same house. Yeah, right. I'm like,
Is it duplex?
I don't know, honestly, but they were within like 3 or 4 feet of each other, and I stopped and stared at the house. I wish I still had the photo, but I don't. I literally just stared at it like this. No, this doesn't make sense.
No. So it does make sense. So from this standpoint. So last night I'm watching CNN, MSNBC, and they had a descendant of Robert E. Lee. He's a reverend now, right? And what he basically said, he's against the stars and bars, by the way. He supports the taking down of the monuments, etc. And he basically said, look, it was taught to us in a different way. He's like, it wasn't taught to us as, this flag symbolizes hate. The way that it was taught to them in school, and this is according to this guy, I think his name was Robert W. Lee, is this flag and the Confederacy represented a fight for states' rights. Never saying that one of those states' rights was fighting to own and enslave people. Right. So they lack telling these kids and these people all of the information. So they think that it's part of their heritage. We were fighting for right, and we were fighting for our way of life. And look, they didn't inform themselves later to say, no, as an adult, you should understand what the bigger picture is. But, they talk about heritage. They talk about, all of that bullshit and what that represented. To me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that flag represents a side that lost a war.
Well, I'll come back to the whole NASCAR thing because I think it's great. I definitely want to give them props for finally doing it. So I want to come back to that. And Bubba Wallace, I mean, yeah, Wallace, right? Got that right? Hopefully.
Got it done.
Fantastic.
He got it done.
Also, his car, I almost watched the whole event just for his car. It was great.
Yeah.
I'm going to get whatever, I'm just going to say it, and it's going to be, it is what it is. They seceded from the Union because they were pro-slavery. Hence, the flag came out of that. And by the way, for those that don't know, the Stars and Bars is a Confederate flag, just in case you weren't aware. So they're pro-slavery. I understand that there's descendants of those soldiers that survived still alive around. I understand that. I have no issue with those people personally. But if your family was involved on that side of the war and you lost, your family was pro-slavery, you have to admit that, yes, we were on the wrong side of this battle.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could say against it. Now, it should definitely be in the history books. People should understand what the flag was. They should understand what it represented. We should not just go in the history books and start erasing it. Should still be able to look it up. And, it is history. Don't go be like, no, we're just going to remove that. It didn't exist. It definitely existed. It was a horrible part of our history.
Yeah.
But what it represented for millions of people is a huge problem.
You'd hope that a lot of those people that fought in that war for the Confederacy, if they were alive today, would realize that they were on the wrong side of history, and that many of them as Americans would be embarrassed.
Okay,
you'd hope.
You hope. Okay, let's flip the coin real quick.
Yeah.
Let's play the hypothetical game. If the Confederacy won the war, would we still be a slave nation?
No. Because you know what? The world has evolved past that, right?
Okay, if the Confederacy won the war, when
Does
do you
any
think it
country
would have?
exist with slaves now?
Oh God, well, I mean, Boko Haram had those slaves with the kids, right? Didn't he?
I, outside of like terrorist groups, and I mean, I'm talking about full-fledged governments.
Not that I'm aware of, but okay, then I'll back that off. If they had won, how long do you think it would have taken for then slavery to end had the Confederacy won the war?
I
I mean,
don't know. I don't know if the fight would have ever really ended.
do you think it just would have gone in perpetuity?
I think that I think it's the right fight and the fight that continues.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're still talking about certain issues from 400 years ago today. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the war was 200 and change, but still. I
Yeah,
mean, look,
I
there's
like
no
to
right
think I
answer.
like to think that the fight would continue for good.
Oh, I would hope so, but that's always that argument that I hear. It's like, well, what would have had? Not argument, just point, just to play devil's advocate. It's like, well, wait a second. For those people that are, well, it's our heritage. It's like, okay, really? If you had hypothetically won the war, do you totally okay with the fact that it would have continued for X number of years as it was? No, I don't think you are. You could say that yes, you were okay with it. There's something wrong.
Like I said, I think that people are misinformed. I don't think that they fully understand exactly what this fight is about. It's similar to why people were fighting so hard, Drew Brees being one of them, against people kneeling during the the national
Anthem.
anthem. It's just people have not evolved to understand the conversation, and I think eventually people do. I don't. I think what happens is when you tell a rebel what to do, these people consider themselves rebels, right? When you tell a rebel what to do, what do you think that rebel's going to do?
Well,
The
they're going to
opposite of
do
what you
their
just told
title,
them to do.
rebel.
Right. So let's just say 50 RVs are allowed at this upcoming event, and you think that there's going to be at least one of them that tries to fly the Confederate flag?
Oh, I'd
I'm
say
going to
there's.
say 100% chance that
I'll
there's going to
say.
be at least one person who wants to fly that flag. Let's see what NASCAR does. What are they going to do?
Well, look, I agree with you. Look, first of all, amazing that NASCAR finally did it. Took them long enough. Props to them. Yes, but I agree with you. Let's see how they enforce it when, if you, what did you say, 50 RVs?
Yeah.
So let's see how they enforce it if 10, nice round number, try to throw up the stars and bars. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to kick them out? Are they going to just confiscate the flags?
They're going to have to do something. I mean, I think there's got to be real consequences. And I think it's got to be you either take it down or you leave. That's it.
I mean,
I don't think there's a confiscation. I think that your tickets are immediately revoked and you go away.
yeah.
You give them the
Look,
chance to take it down, okay? You
no,
give
I
them the
agree.
chance to learn from that mistake. But there has to be real consequences. And if NASCAR doesn't get behind those consequences, they might as well have not made the rule.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. They need to be like, hey guys, you need to take that down and give them a chance to correct it before they boot them. But I don't know if you read the comments from the post that NASCAR or wherever it was, but some of them were just so visceral. I was like, oh my dear God, come on, people.
Look, one owner in the truck series came out and said, I'm done.
He was like, I'm out.
But you know what? I wish that they didn't even highlight that, because that in the truck series, that's like AAA baseball. I mean, that's one of 1,000 teams. So
Formula 3.
It's like good riddance, go away. That's fine. You don't want to participate. We're good without you. Look, I've been to NASCAR events. I've seen the Confederate flag fly. I've walked by RVs. I've walked through those areas that feel very tense, racially tense. And I felt very nervous. I never felt in danger, but I also never felt, I better not stare at anybody too long and keep moving.
That's
horrifying. It is. And it sucks when you have to go from point A to point B, and look, I was working. I had my NASCAR official badge on, so it's not like they were going to mess with me. But you get a couple looks that go, "You work for NASCAR, boy?" Like
Yeah,
I
you get
got a
that.
couple of those looks. Like
What are
it
you
wasn't
doing
working
here?
for NASCAR, working for NASCAR and Fox, but it's like you got a couple of those looks like, what are you doing here? You know? But it made me feel better about it because I was like, haha, I got this and you don't. This would be your dream and it's not mine.
Look, I think the NASCAR doing it is going to hopefully invite. I mean, it's inviting for more fans. Now, more fans feel, I hope,
Yeah.
that they can go watch a race, watch it on TV, follow drivers that supported it. I mean, I think it was great that, Bubba started it. A bunch of drivers were with him. I think it was great.
Look, it takes a special athlete. Because just because he was African American didn't mean that he was going to be able to take this mantle.
Right.
It takes a special person to say, you know what, I'm going to put this issue on my back and I'm going to move forward with it. And props to him for doing it. I couldn't be more prouder than, in an athlete than he. And it's awesome that he did it. And let's hope that he can continue to fight the good fight.
Oh, yeah. Look, I thought it was great.
Because it's not over. I mean,
there's no way. This is
racism in this sport's way not over.
Yeah, no, I would love it to be done just because NASCAR came out and said it, but I guarantee, when's the next race? This weekend?
Yeah.
All right, then I guarantee you this weekend there's going to be 1, 2, 10, however many people. I don't even know if it's going to be RVs. Could just be people walking in the gates. Going to be wearing it on their shirt. They're going to have a bandana. They're going to have a hat, armband, tattoo. I mean, how far down the hole is NASCAR willing to go?
And I mean, who's empowered to do anything?
Well,
the security guards, like what's going to happen here? This is going to be a very, very interesting next few months when it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean, we have a lot of, these protests aren't over. This fight for racial equality is not over. And we're just at the beginning of it, man. And we have a fight over military bases that are named after Confederate soldiers. There's a lot left to be done, man. There's a lot. And look, I lived on many of those bases as a kid. There's a lot left to be done.
Military brat.
We'll see where all this goes. But on another note,